Today I will be presenting a power generation project. To start off, there are different types of power generation. So the first is renewable energy. So that consists of biomass, which is energy from waste, biofuels or wood, geothermal energy, retrieved from heat energy from the earth, hydropower, retrieved from water flows, wind, energy from the windmills, and solar, which is energy from the sun. During this presentation, I will be talking specifically about hydroelectricity out of the renewable energies. So it's a renewable, and the electricity is produced by hydropower, which is power produced by falling or flowing water, specifically by damming water sources. Hydropower accounts for 80% of consumed renewable energy and converts 90% of available energy into electricity. Used and consumed locally, meaning the leading producers are their own leading consumers. So there's China, then Brazil, Canada, United States, and Russia are the top 5 producers and consumers of hydroelectricity. Hydroelectricity accounts for 10% of our nation's power source. Here there's a table showing the maximum power output and the estimated project cost, and also the amount that it costs to install. For example, for 500 kilowatts, it costs 1.6 million pounds and 3.2 thousand to install. There are also non-renewable energy sources, which accounts for the majority of our energy consumed in our culture. For example, coal, petroleum, fossil fuel, natural gas, and nuclear energy. Throughout this presentation, I will be specifically talking about petroleum out of the non-renewable energy sources. So it takes millions of years to form, and there's limited amount. Although seeming as though there's a lot of resources, which there is, it is limited because we are not able to form it ourselves. The energy is photosynthesized by plankton in ancient oceans and is formed into the gas, and petroleum can be refined into separate parts and for different uses. Examples of those different refineries are butane, petrol, kerosene, diesel, and fuel oil. The way it works is when the petroleum is burned, energy is released in controlled systems in order to consume that energy in that same system. The petroleum generation business is widely international, meaning that the leading producers provide to the majority of the world because of the resources only being in specific places and only being able to be refined in specific places. So the leading producers are Saudi Arabia, Russia, United States, Iran, and China, but the leading consumers are the United States, China, Japan, India, and Saudi Arabia, in that order. The largest proven reserves are in Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, Canada, Iran, and Iraq. An estimation of the cost for building a reserve is $2 billion, which is understandable considering that the U.S. spends $991 million a day on petroleum. So what makes one energy source better than the other? Both of them have pros and cons. So the pros of electricity is that it's renewable, there's no pollution, the consistent available energy production, it's safe, it creates jobs, the energy production is easily controllable. But the cons of hydroelectricity is that it may interrupt water flows in ecosystems, it can be expensive, and it's drastically influenced by droughts, and there's limited reservoirs as well. So the pros of petroleum is that it's abundant, it's easy to use, it creates jobs, there's no technology that is required, it moves vehicles faster than any other energy, and it's easy to transport in liquid form. However, the cons are greater than those of hydroelectricity. It emits carbon dioxide, it's non-renewable, there's the risk of spills, it's bad for the environment, it's expensive, and it's dangerous. As a whole, energy produced from petroleum is more efficient than hydroelectricity. However, in the long run, hydroelectricity is better than petroleum. Thank you for listening to my presentation on power generation, and here are my citations.